Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock them, yeah, we got them, yeah, we fought them. Like that black and orange up on them. Single bottle, never stopping. So the feasting on them. Who they rocking with the diamond stripes? Flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black, and white.
Welcome to Bengals and Brews. Chop is, I don't know.
I was smiling.
His face.
Big smile, but I'm a fat guy. I have a big fat face when I smile. My eyes closed a little bit.
I thought maybe you were pooping.
Well, dude, I got to tell you, man, I went to bed loaded, and I just woke up, so I got one in the chamber for when the show's over. I'm going to hold on to it until then because I'm not sitting in a toilet.
That's like a regular thing with you.
It is. A lot of people shit when they wake up, Dale. And when I wake up on Mondays and Fridays, I get on the show. I'm right here in the bed. All right, here's the bed. I'm in there, right? And then
maybe you need a chamber pot.
What's that?
The chamber pot.
Well, I have one for urine, but it's hard. I've never shit in a urinal before. I could try that.
Yeah. It's always first time for everything.
I mean, break the ice, right?
Speaking of shit, there was some shit going down at practice the other day.
Right?
Hey, scuffles, man. Like 4 of them bad boys.
Right. He didn't like that, and I didn't care.
I know. I love that clip.
Dude,
that's what it's used for everything.
Yes.
I'll just sit around at work at night and just think about different things I can put that clip to.
You're right, Ted.
He didn't like it, and I didn't care. I put the one about when Greg went into the Presbyterian church talking to the preacher. He didn't like it, and I didn't care.
That's right. He's talking to God.
Yes. God didn't like it. Greg didn't care.
Shit there anyways.
Right.
Destroyed that bathroom.
Hey, look, man. It's a bodily function, man. Far as I know, God's the one that created that shit. So, Greg, you take your holy shit, your unholy shit, unleash it on the Presbyterian church anytime that you please. Although, the fights though, man, tomorrow, boys, we got one more sleep. One more fucking sleep until we get to see the Bengals playing. Preseason or not, one more sleep and we're in the parking lot.
Yeah, I think they're just sick of hitting each other. You get to this point of camp, it's hot, it's nasty out. It's August, and they just want to hit somebody else on a different team. So they'll have their chance tomorrow, 7 p.m. Bengals Buccaneers. Now the Buccaneers did come out and say that they're probably not playing their starters, or they're not playing their starters. So that kind of sucks. I was hoping to see starters versus starters for a series or so. I don't imagine it'll be more than that. The Bengals haven't come out and said. Now, Zach did kind of leave some room there for Mims, who will probably start the game because it doesn't seem like Trent Brown's probably going to play. He hasn't practiced too much.
Did he practice today? Or is he on the rehab field?
Probably. He practiced the other day.
They probably don't practice today. They play tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they have a walkthrough or something at least. So,
not you guys. That's to Matt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Should be interesting. Should be fun. Just want to see everybody. I always say everybody get out there healthy, but you also want to see these young guys take a step. Obviously, Dax Hill's somebody I want to really see how he does it outside corner because you guys know I've been very skeptical of that move the whole time. So maybe he surprises and plays well. The safeties, I want to see that. Even though, Von Bell, Geno Stone, they're veteran guys. I still want to see what they got behind that with Jordan Battle. I want to see Dejon Anthony, These guys they're talking up, these rookies they're talking up in camp, like Anthony and
Josh Newton. Yes, I want to see Josh Newton.
Hey, Cedric Johnson, really excited to see.
Yeah, see if he can do anything. And then obviously, the D tackle McKinley Jackson, he's out. He's week to week, Zach said, with a knee sprain. But Chris Jenkins, there's finally a little Chris Jenkins hype from Jake Lisco at
Is there really?
The other day.
That's right.
Road Arrow.
Road Arrow.
Hey,
I have to get a little Road Arrow tomorrow.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Did we hear an update on Sizzle? Because we thought it was serious, but I don't think it's as bad as it seems.
Well, they had the MRI, and I have not seen any results yet, so we just got to kind of wait on that. You know, sometimes guys could still be in good spirits, and it's more severe than they think in the locker room. You just don't know. It's up in the air. Obviously, it didn't look good at first, but then there was a little more positive reports, like Greg said, but I haven't seen an update yet, Matt, for that one.
You know, the update I was looking for last night is Sam Hubbard. Where's he at on this thing? I didn't even see that he was when I read some kind of article on Cincy Jungle or Bleacher Report or something that was talking about the Zach was talking about the injury report, and Sam Hubbard wasn't mentioned. He's not back to practice, was he?
I don't know that he has. I know Trey practiced the other day. I don't know if Trey will play much.
I doubt it.
Practiced too much. And that's what I mean. We'll see if these guys get a series still. You know, some of those guys. I don't know about Sam. I haven't heard one way or the other.
That's why
I would assume he's still out. I thought he was out.
Yeah. Hey, Dustin here wants to know any concern on Kappa. He had a down year last year. It seems like BJ has been making him his stepson.
Making him his stepson.
I don't know. We saw one clip from James Rapien where the line was holding up well. That's really all to go on. We'll see how they do tomorrow. Hopefully, you know, they're not playing any starters. If they get a series or two series or whatever they get, hopefully they look good. They're our starters. So, but yeah, I mean, we need that interior line to play well. Ted's pretty solid at center, but obviously Kappa and Volson, you want to see what they can do. We need Kappa to be good, right? That's what we're paying him for.
And ultimately, the starters to go in for one series, like 7 to 10 plays, touchdown, out, take their cleats off, take their pads off, stand there on the sideline. That would be perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, how about just a bomb to Yoshi, touchdown, Joe Burrow, rest
There you
the rest
go.
of the day.
All right. Well,
Sounds
shit,
good, right?
Greg left when you're talking sexy to him.
Yeah, he's probably rubbing that Midwest best barbecue sauce on his chest again. So.
Yeah, on his taint.
But yeah, I'm excited to see everybody. Derek's wanting to get down there at like
Thursday,
5 o'clock. I don't know why. It's preseason, but guess
To
we'll
see
be in
everybody.
lot one.
I'm getting down there early so I can see you guys. I'm not even parking in lot 1. I'm going to walk over there from our hilltop parking.
That's just a natural progression, anyways, to the stadium. You know.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what
it-
kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, so.
We'll just frame it as that.
Oh, yeah. Well, good. Then I don't have to lie to my body because it doesn't like extra work. What the fuck happened down there? You all right, Greg?
No, I'm fine. Just something's wrong with my plumbing downstairs in the basement. Long story. I just got to monitor something.
Oh, we know what's wrong. You took a massive shit down there.
That's it. Yeah. You got to chop that bitch up with a coat hanger, Greg, when they're not big. That way it doesn't affect the plumbing.
Yeah, exactly. I lost my hat.
That's what I was like. Did he have a hat on?
I know. It's like, yeah, he
He
did.
had no
And he
hat.
come back and he was like, it was like that fucking Christopher Lloyd from Taxi back in the day when he was on. God damn, I'm dating myself. Not a motherfucker on here probably ever watched Taxi.
I heard of it.
No.
It was on Nick at Night or something there for a while back in the
Nick
day,
at
right?
Night. Fuck, man.
Some shit like that.
I'd probably go to Nick at Night and watch my teenage years just roll.
Well,
fucking-
see, forever I couldn't call a plumber because the guy's working on. My deck finally got finished and my garage finally got finished. So now I can finally call my plumber coming in. It's coming sometime in the future. So
Matt's right though. You shit
Yes.
yourself. Hey, thanks, Matt. Taxi was a good show. Danny DeVito
Yeah.
was in it.
All right, Derek, we'll start with you. Who are you most excited for the Bengals tomorrow? Can be a starter, doesn't have to be a starter. Who are you most excited to see out on the field getting some playing time?
You know what? Honestly, I'm excited to see that freaking Renkow or whatever his name is. Is that dumb? Because
No, the punter? No.
from what I've heard, this dude is absolutely bombing punts. And I just want to see, because we're all here rooting for Brad Robbins, and I just want to see, like, does this dude have a clear advantage over Robbins for his punts?
Yeah. Consistency too is going to be the thing. Like, and that's something that Brad struggled with last year. And punting the ball deep. And this Renko guy sounds like can definitely move the fucking ball. So,
Yeah.
what about you, Greg?
What do you guys think?
Well, there's this guy. I have his jersey. By the way, his jersey was supposed to come in today, and I was a little bummed out. Still looking forward to seeing Yoshi, man. So Dale, little wager coming up once again. Stadium beer.
Craig, I'm not doing this again. Yoshi's a damn starter, basically.
All right. I thought I could nab you once again.
All right.
What about you, Chop? Who are you most excited to see?
Dan Pitcher. I'm not gonna lie, man. Look, it's preseason though,
Okay.
so he's not gonna run anything special. It's all gonna be vanilla. But I want to see what the fuck happened from last year's offense to this offense. But I mean, that's kind of preseason, so it doesn't matter. So you know what? I'm gonna pick. I want to see this quarterback battle for the outside cornerback. I want to see Dax Hill and I want to see DJ Turner, and the one I really want to see is our running back number 28 given to a cornerback, Josh Newton. I want to see that guy because, man, he's balling out in camp.
Yeah,
I want to see a lot of guys. I'm not going to lie, man.
There's a bunch. It's hard to say one, but Mims is one for me
yes.
that a couple others have mentioned because I think he's going to play a lot longer than just the starters, plus a little more limited snaps. And you just want to see him hold up, for whatever he gets, a full quarter, a half. I'm just excited to see what he can do. And then what do we have for backup O-line? I mean, not much, right? So like Matt Lee at center, does he come in? I'm sure Trey Hill will probably be there again. I'd like to see if Matt Lee can kind of push. I haven't really heard anything about really our backup O-lineman. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah. I don't know, but I want to go back. I want to see the tight ends. All the tight ends in general I'd like to see play, see what they can do.
Greg's always wanting to check out a good tight end.
Yeah.
Well, you said Jimmy's staying all night tonight. Since
that's
it.
You're going to see a tight end. Jimmy got a hot little ass.
That's a nice peach right there.
Mm-hmm. That's a peach about to be picked tomorrow night.
But yeah, specifically with tight ends, I want to see if Eric All, is he going to play? Is he going to do it? I mean, that one clip, he looks slow as hell, but you can't judge it off one practice clip.
Right.
And then obviously Hudson, I want to see how he does. And then McLaughlin, I want to see all those guys. I'm not, too concerned with Gesicki and Sample. They're more proven NFL guys, but I want to see that guys that are competing. I think Eric All will have a spot, but I want to see him actually show something that shows some promise, for picking him in the 4th round, because I thought that was a little high for a guy with all the injuries he's had.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Tony Lombardi, don't forget, man. We got not Tony Lombardi. That's a guy I grew up with. What's the Lombardi's guys?
Vince Lombardi.
Rocky Lombardi.
Oh, right.
Quarterback.
He said Vince Lombardi. Is Vince Lombardi going to be playing on Saturday?
Yeah. So you're looking forward to the Logan Woodside,
yes.
Rocky Lombardi.
I just want to see that Lombardi out there.
Who will be the emergency quarterback, right? Because that's a thing this year. So one of those guys, can they go out and win it?
Might as well keep a Lombardi in Paycor.
Dustin wants to know, is there any concerns as Burrow's comfortability in the PA play action game? He still loves the spread and shred. This is going to be a big change for him, playing with his back on the defense.
I mean, some, right? You just want to see it. Like, you want to see a little bit of what you saw in the 49ers game, and we'll see if they really stick to it. It's going to be hard to tell in preseason how much they're really going to stick to this, because these guys aren't going to play very much, but I think that's a week one thing that we just got to wait and see how much they really use it when the game comes, and when the game's on the line, will they actually go play action, in a tight ball game, or do they just go back to what Joe's comfortable with? So definitely that's something to keep an eye on as the season gets rolling.
And you know who else? There's a rookie that we really haven't heard a lot about, at least I haven't, is Chris Jenkins, man. I want to see him out there playing. I haven't really heard anything from him.
Yeah, Lisco, like I said, mentioned like he probably would have had a sack in regular game time and stuff. But yeah, prior to that, there really hadn't been much. And speaking of prior, I seen Kendrick Pryor was playing pretty well at wide receiver. So depending on Charlie Jones and how he does, that might open a spot, right? We've talked about Akeem Butler if he flashes, that they brought in from the XFL or UFL, or I still don't know the name of the league.
Right, the other football league thing.
Other football league in the spring. But Kendrick Pryor, who was here before that, flashed in the preseason before the Jags claimed him. Now he's back. Shedrick Jackson and his speed, who's made some plays in camp. There's a lot of receivers that if Charlie Jones is going to be out a while could step up, and I think that's something to watch for. And Jake Browning should be out there tossing the ball for a while too. So these guys she'll get a guy who played a lot of football last year, and Jake Browning, who's a
Mhm.
veteran guy, to dish it around.
Yep. And going back to Rocky Lombardi, is he the one that looks like Boomer Esiason back in the day with the blonde hair and the mustache? Is
Yes.
that who that is? Okay.
Yes.
Dude has some luscious locks, that's for sure.
Right.
I don't know what he looks like, but
Hey,
I know, he does have blonde or red hair or something, isn't it? Some kind of.
Matt's talking about the kickoff here, and I was watching Good Morning Football, and guess who was on there this morning talking about the kickoff?
Jay Gruden.
Dante Hall.
Oh,
So that's a good guy to talk about the kickoff. And he was like, I mean, everybody that you talk to is talking about how this kickoff thing is going to open up chances for returns, more returns, and all this. Dante Hall's like, no, it's not. He was like, this is going to be hard to return on. And he was like showing clips of the preseason games. And he was like, you know, for guys to run, he was like, guys got to choose lanes, and they got to get momentum going, get going full speed, and then make a miss or something like that. He was like, you need that. And he was like, you took that part of the game away when you line everybody up there and everybody runs like a wall. He was like, this is going to be hard to run. He said, I bet a certain GM, he was like, I'm not going to mention the name, I will throw him under the bus. He said, but I said the over-under is 10 returns the entire season league-wide.
For a
And
touchdown.
they said 10, and he was like, I told him the over-under was 8. So he's saying there's no more than 8 returns in the entire season because of this new kickoff rule.
yeah.
For touchdowns, right? Not just
For
in
touchdowns,
general.
yeah, for touchdowns.
So T Bowles wants to know: does anyone find it boring after watching the first half of the Hall of Fame game? I know it's preseason, but it didn't get me excited. I actually haven't watched the Hall of
I was
Fame.
going to ask your opinion on that, but
Okay. Did anybody watch
What?
games last night?
No.
watch what?
I did not watch any.
Anybody
No.
watch the game
There was a
last
couple
night?
games last night. I didn't watch them.
I had it on, but I was working, so it was up in the corner. I really wasn't paying attention because it's preseason. But what do you guys think about what?
Were you watching, Derek?
There.
You better be watching the road.
Yeah, just cutting in and out.
What do you think about what Dante Hall said, though?
I mean, yeah, I could see it. Like, I know the announcers during the Hall of Fame game was saying it's like a running play, basically. It's like one big running play.
Right.
And yeah, you're going to bust one every now and then, but how many running plays don't go for much?
So so having someone back there with some size and some girth and someone that can grab the ball and run it like a running back, because it sounds to me like you're going to have to bust through a huge tackle if you want to take it to the house.
Yeah, or a
Any-
guy that just gets up to speed, or who knows, man. We'll just see how it plays out. I don't much.
They did also
Here for
say
it.
that these coaches and everything probably got crazy plans all designed for this kickoff, and they're not showing shit. Peter Schrager was like, I've been to training camps, and I see the special teams working out on the side, and they're doing all these different things. He was like, and then they go to preseason, you don't see any of that. He was like, so I'm sure all these teams have got all these different schematics worked up for this new kickoff rule, and it's going to look a lot different. But like you said, Dale, we'll see. Not sure. I was excited. And then Dante Hall, fucking Kansas City Chiefs got to bring me down.
Well, in the early returns, like Tyler was saying there in the Hall of Fame game and stuff, the little bit I watched there, it wasn't much action, but you just
Nobody got
never
past
know.
the 35, I think. For every game so far, nobody's been past the 35.
Yeah.
I was about to
And-
ask if anybody watched the game last night or the games last night.
No, we said no, and you
Yeah.
cut out. And we asked if you
Oh.
did, and you said nothing.
We went around the
Yes,
horn
yeah.
and threw it back to you, and there was dead silence.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
not even any
So-
road noise.
So I watched I watched the condensed version, and let me tell you, even the condensed version, I couldn't hardly stand it.
It's terrible, man.
And yeah, it was. I mean, both teams. I will say this honestly, for the Patriots, it looks like defensively they're once again going to be pretty damn good. But for the rest of it, yeah, it was pretty rough. The only thing exciting was watching the kickoff. Honestly,
Just
Hey.
because it's new.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what's always exciting? Midwest Best Barbecue and 50 West Brew beer. Here we go. They're proud sponsors of Bengals and Brews.
That's
That's
true.
always exciting.
They're delicious.
So how many? I know Tom Bowles said that there wasn't going to be any starters, but do you think there will be any decent matchups you're looking forward to watching, Dale?
I mean, I don't know their damn depth chart too much.
Neither
so
do I.
Might go take a
Yeah.
gander at it, kind of look and see some of their rookies here. So talk about something, and then maybe I'll have an answer for you.
I'm looking forward to a massacre. Doesn't matter who they are. Line them up in front of the Bengals and let them take them down.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
So,
A boner.
Nobody for the Bengals gets hurt.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that one too.
One thing that I was interested in seeing was
No shit,
their
Tyler.
running backs versus our defensive line, because that was one thing that we struggled with a lot last year. And they've got pretty decent running backs. I know Rashad White probably won't play, but I think their second string guy. I'm trying to think of his name, but
They've
he
got
was-
Bucky
he was-
Irving listed on the
Bucky
ESPN
Irving,
depth
that's it.
chart. So drafted out of Oregon, didn't
Yeah.
test well at all, but played much better than he tested with Oregon. Smaller guy, so yeah, I mean, you could see some creative stuff with him. Their backup quarterback is Kyle Trask from Florida.
Yeah.
So then they got like John Wolford. So the quarterbacks aren't too much if Baker's not playing there to watch. Starting receivers, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I definitely doubt those guys play being veterans.
Probably not those
They have
two.
Jalen McMillan listed in the slot. I could see him potentially playing because he's a rookie. So kid out of Washington that was linked to the Bengals quite a bit. Raheem Jarrett, Sterling Shepard, Trey Palmer. So that's some of the tight ends. They got Payne Durham. I think, Derek, you liked him coming out of Purdue a couple years ago or whenever it was.
Mhm.
That's a backup tight end. Graham Barton, he's not listed as a starter right now. So the kid out of Duke, that they've moved him to center. He was a left tackle at Duke. He's a rookie, their first-round pick. So I imagine he'll get some playing time against our D-line. So maybe Graham Barton versus Chris Jenkins.
Hey,
Could be a fun little matchup of two pretty high draft picks there for those two teams.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely my thought is there's probably going to be a lot of run game for Tampa Bay. So it'll be interesting to see, do we hold up better than we did last year?
Right. Whether it's our starters or the second group that comes in, you definitely want to see us hold up better in the run game. Defensively, like Chris Braswell from Alabama is a young guy who's listed in their second team. So that's just some of the names. There's not a whole lot. Obviously, it's going to be a bunch of guys that we don't know too much about for the Buccaneers, being Bengals fans. But, hey, we'll enjoy watching it because it's football.
that's right.
Yep. Football!
Dustin here says, I have a sleeper for tomorrow that will make plays. Cole Burgess, baby. Dude has skills. Cut that Cortland tape on. Bengals can find wide receivers everywhere.
Man, I'm telling you,
Chills
like,
that'll give you chills. Sorry.
I do love the offseason. I love the things that happen in the offseason. Dale, that's your favorite part is the draft.
Yeah.
I love the draft. I love looking forward to the draft, the build up to the draft. I like seeing the guys come into town, get into mini camp. But Jesus Christ, man, it's back.
Yes.
It's practice. I understand it's preseason, but tomorrow it's back. We're all going back to Paycor. One more sleep, boys.
I really wish their starting defensive line would play because I would love to see their starting
Yes.
D-line versus our O-line. I don't
Mhm.
think it's going to happen, but like they have Cansey. Remember they got Vita
Oh,
Vea.
that's right.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got monsters. Logan Hall, Yaya Diaby was a rookie last year that had several sacks. I think he's a little dinged up, but I mean,
How's Logan Hall?
I would love to see that.
How's Logan Hall been doing? Because I was very high on him in the draft.
It's a good question.
Okay.
I don't know.
It is a good question.
I'm not sure.
Siri.
Maybe he'll play some tomorrow, and we'll get a look at him.
There
I
you
know
go.
he's super long, right?
Oh, yeah. No, out of Houston. I was a big fan of him
Yeah.
coming out of Houston.
So, yeah. Well, I don't know if any of those starters would play, but I would love to go. I would love to get some of those D linemen against our starting O line to see where we really shape up. And it almost makes you wonder, okay, are we going to give our guys a series in the next preseason game, at least the O-line,
Mhm.
because if they don't play their starters, I'd like to go against the starting D-line for our offensive linemen for a series,
Yep.
2 series, something,
Yeah.
in the next game, potentially, assuming you can get out
Now-
of there healthy.
I was going to say one thing that'll probably hamper that is the fact that they're doing inter scrimmage or inter squad or whatever it's called practices. Where
Yeah,
they're
they've
going
got a couple of those coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
With who? Who do we do? Who are we practicing with?
Chicago.
and Indy.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, we'll be on Hard Knocks.
So the next 2 opponents, we're going to have practices. So how much are they, if they're actually going hard in practice, they might just not play any starters.
I thought I heard a rumor somewhere that
crazy.
eventually preseason's going to go away and it's just going to be like shared practices. Hey,
That
I'll tell you what,
surprise me.
as a fan with tickets, I don't care because you got to pay full price. Like if you got season tickets, you got to pay full price. Everybody's selling that shit. You can get it for $20, man, if you don't have a season ticket. But season ticket, we pay full price for preseason game.
Well,
Mhm.
they'll probably still make you pay just as much. They'll just say it's
Yeah,
fucking
well,
regular
they're going to
season
add,
prices.
from what I heard, it's that they're going to add on an 18th game, take away preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing they were talking about possibly happening.
I know, but if
And-
you want another home game that counts, yes, right?
Yeah, give it to me, baby.
Hey, I love these kids, man, but it ain't my body out there, and I want to watch this shit, man. This is fuck gladiators. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
how
And that
excited do you think everybody will be Saturday night / Sunday morning about Chris Evans? That's the real question.
Right?
Every year.
He's gonna. It's his time. Yeah, it's preseason. This is
Preseason
Chris
darling.
Evans' time. Go ahead, Derek.
I just don't know how they don't get him on the field more. That's exactly what I'm going to say.
He'll be on the field, on the side of it. And when he
Gotta
comes
get him
in,
a snap.
it's no secret who the ball's going to, man, because the dude just stands there on the side, just waiting for Zach to be like, your turn.
Yeah. I'm trying to dig through like our depth chart now and some beyond the obvious names. Like obviously I want to see Miles Murphy. It'd be nice for him to put on a little bit of a showcase, him and Osai, especially if Hubbard's not playing, Hendrickson's limited. I'd like to see those guys look really well. We already talked about Chris Jenkins. The linebackers, I kind of want to see what Shaka Hayward can do out of Duke. We kept him on practice squad all last year. And then we got a couple undrafted guys. So just talking about filling out the depth, filling out, even on special teams, some of the guys that can fill those spots. So that should be some interesting matchups.
Did I see where we brought back Tupou?
I didn't see that. If
No,
we
I
did.
saw where Tufele was practicing.
Yeah.
Or cleared
And
for
Tufele,
practice.
We signed Carlos Davis, or there's twins. I think it was Carlos that we signed. And we signed another D tackle from a small school that played like 7 games with Washington. I don't remember his name. And Andre Carter, a defensive end, that's a rookie.
Another
That's
Davis
the only ones
guy
I
for
see.
me to root.
Oh, yeah, another Davis. Yeah, you're forming a little family down there, Derek.
I am.
Has Dominic been hurt too during camp? Has he been out? And Tufele? And
I was
then
going to say,
Jackson?
I haven't seen Dominic at all.
Yeah, I think he's been out injured. And I mean, I liked him in preseason. He's another guy. He's older. I doubt he's got a spot here on the roster, but he looked good in preseason last year. So maybe he can repeat that at least again. And it's nice to have guys like that on the practice squad still that, if you need them for a game or two with some injuries that you can bring them up.
Let me ask you guys this because it's been a big controversy. Everybody's talking about how Trent Brown was interviewed and how he answered the questions. It's like lackadaisical, like, it'd be okay. I'm a starter. I've been playing this league a long time. I'll be fine. Well, you haven't been practicing. What do you think? It'd be fine. I never played. People get upset about that, but I'm not really upset about it. When I'm watching that interview, swear to God, the whole time I'm at the camera, I'm like, go down, camera, go down. I just want to see that fucking tattoo with them 2 chicks riding his ass. I was just like, go down, go down. I want to see that. Put that tattoo on the interview.
Like, we finally brought you here. We need to see it.
And it was on there once. I saw it. It was great.
Yeah, he can never get that covered. That's the greatest.
But I got no worries about Trent Brown. You know what? He's right. Sometimes when you just say the thing and it's a fact, people take it like you're some kind of smart ass or something or don't care. I think that he's just like, dude, I've been doing this for a long time. Everybody on this offensive line watched me play at some point and looked at my game because I'm a Pro Bowler. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean,
and we
I
don't
guess
know his personality, right? He just got here.
Right.
That just might be how he is. Some people are just like that.
I think it is funny how he was like, it's like riding a horse, and then he's like, well, bike. Because I wondered if it was because when people put the pictures up of his big ass on that horse earlier, people were like, fucking Peter was probably calling him like, get off that horse. It's a big man on that horse.
And didn't I see where he's definitely the only lineman, but isn't he the only player on the team that's got double-digit years in the league?
He's the oldest. He's 31. He's the oldest player on the Bengals team. So it's possible.
I think I read that somewhere. Or saw
I will say that's a thing. Like, that was a thing in New England. That was him not wanting to practice or practicing even during the season and stuff. So I think if he tries to do that here, I think with Mims being a first rounder, if he continues to look good, he's going to find himself being not a starter in Cincinnati.
Hey, look, man, I don't care if Trent Brown is on the fucking sideline smoking cigarettes and puts that bitch out on that brand new turf and then goes out there and blocks for Burrow if he blocks for Burrow.
If he blocks well.
That's what I'm saying. If he blocks well. My favorite time in wrestling was when WCW, they had Andre or the Big Show come out, smoke a fucking cigarette, and sit on the ring, sit in the corner, and then two guys would come out and he'd whoop their ass because he's fucking giant, because he can do it. If you give me that Trent Brown, comes out smoking a cigarette, he gets ready to go out, and he's like stepping onto the field and puts a cigarette out and then walks out there and blocks real good. I don't give a fuck. Just keep my savior, Joe Burrow, upright.
Didn't that kicker smoke a cigarette during replacements or something?
Yes, I think so.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. My opinion, it doesn't matter if you play U8 soccer for Coach Davis or you're playing NFL football for Coach Zach Taylor. You don't practice, you don't play.
I think I know this Coach Davis guy you're talking about.
He's a fucking nerd.
Yeah. He's very bright, and I'm not talking about brain power. He lights up the room.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
With my smile, right?
Yes, sir. With them pearly whites.
So, anybody, I know we've talked about this quite a few times. Anybody getting worried about Jamar Chase yet? That this could go into the season? Because, I mean, we saw it with Chris Jones, right? He was willing to set out a game.
I don't think
trying
Jamar
to get a
sits
contract.
out, does he?
I don't think so. I'm just saying we have seen it with other players. I mean, it's obviously he wants his contract this year. Jefferson got paid. He thinks he should be paid.
He should.
They're a year different. That's the thing.
I'm not worried.
Let me ask you this, though. What is the advantage for the Bengals to wait? I mean, the price isn't going down. I just don't. I understand he's got 2 years left, and I understand it's business, and it's a contract, and he's got these 2 years that we still got him. But, man, if he's the plan for the future, 100%, you got to just pay him now because the price is gonna go up after this year, especially after we win the Super Bowl and Jamar Chase is the offensive rookie of the year. Oh, speaking of that, though, did you see where I put my money where my mouth is? I put that fucking bet.
I did
Cincinnati
see that.
to beat Dallas in the Super Bowl, man. It's like plus 15,000 if you want to make that bet. And then we'll all go on
$100 get you 15
we'll all go on a
Gs.
pork chop was right island vacation with our winnings. $100 wins you 15 grand.
Yeah, I still don't know how the Cowboys are getting to the Super Bowl, but
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like people at work were like, Cowboys, that's fucking stupid. I'm like, I hear what you're saying. Like I would personally pick
But
either
you've
the
seen
49ers.
it. You've seen the vision.
I know, but the 49ers or
Right.
the Lions. That's who I
Right.
would pick, like just sitting here thinking, but I had a premonition.
Kelly says he has the same prediction for Chop.
All right, we'll go to
But-
it was DraftKings where I made that bet.
But no, so here's my take. You look at the Cowboys with CeeDee Lamb. Jerry Jones, there's a tweet out. Jerry Jones says he's in no rush, and immediately 10 minutes after that tweet's out, CeeDee Lamb, quote says LOL. So
yes.
clearly he's pissed off. You look at the situation with CeeDee Lamb, I'd be like, okay, shit's hitting the fan right now. I'm worried as hell. You look at Jamar Chase, he's still in camp. I'm just not worried about it. I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm just not. Okay? I don't care. The way I look at it is he's at camp. Hey, he's not practicing. He doesn't need to practice. We know what he can do. I don't care.
That you make it the way you're talking, it sounds like it bothers you though.
No, it's bothering me that people are worried about it.
I think it's a topic of conversation, Greg.
No. I'm not trying to make anybody mad or anything. Everybody's got a right to think what they want to think. This is a free country and all that. I'm cool with that. I'm just saying I'm not going to let it bother me or anything. Everybody, I get why some people are concerned, but I'm just personally not going to let this get to me. Everything everything plays out.
I got to tell you, I would like the man to have a few practices before he plays it's not like I think Jamar can't do it coming in cold, but T. Higgins himself, when they were talking about why he signed that thing, he was like, man, I just wanted to practice. And then it took him a couple practices. He's like, I had to get my legs under me. And so that's what I'm thinking with Jamar. Like he needs to get his legs under him.
I just feel like I know, like, and I guess I'm just being contrarian here.
No,
if it was T. Higgins that was setting out, people would be fucking pissed off right now.
Oh yeah.
And
not practicing and saying he needs to get his ass out there and prove he's healthy and blah, 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 blah for his next contract. I'm just being contrarian. I love Jamar Chase too. I'm not worried that he's going to be out there come week one.
No.
But I want this deal to get done. It's just another thing
that
we don't need, man. I want this team to win a Super Bowl this year. So as a fan, I want to see Jamar get his money and be out on the practice field with his teammates. So that's where I'm at with it personally.
Okay.
I just want it to get done.
So
okay, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. If Chase is not signed before the Bengal season starts, I owe Chop another chopped cheese sandwich. Book it
for a year or two from now.
No,
yeah.
by the end of the year. By the end of the year.
Per
By
week.
the end of the year. I'm going to take
this year.
What I'm going to do is.
You thinking he gets signed though, Greg? You think he gets a new
going to
contract
get signed before the season starts? You look in the past. Burrow signed a week before the season. Geno Atkins signed a week before the season. It's going to happen sometime before this, right before a couple of days before the season starts.
Well, they better fucking hurry up, man, because it's getting close.
Hey,
I didn't like how Mike Brown just acted like, oh, we'll get it's important, but I don't know if it'll get done like this year. Like, motherfucker.
Well, he did say the off season. I guess it's still the off season, right?
What up, Jalen?
Well,
no.
The way Mike Brown talked though, he's kind of like, the off season's pretty much over. Football's back. There's time to negotiate, and this really isn't it. That's kind of what he acted like, and I didn't like his comments. But I mean, he also said Joe Burrow wasn't playing against the Rams last year, and he said, "No, fuck, I ain't." So, we'll see if they can get that contract done.
But Dale, like I said, I ain't criticizing you, Dale. You have a right to be concerned. That's fine. I get what you're saying and all that. I'm just saying
it's just a topic of conversation.
If anything, I wasn't making fun of any of you or anybody. I'm just saying, just relax and all that stuff.
It reminded me of old school, Greg. You were real fired up about it. It's like, I'm not fucking worried.
No.
I'm worried about this.
No.
Right.
We've got way more words than any of us talking about it.
To quote Jim Carrey from Yes Man, patience is a virtue.
Speaking of old school, man.
It's a topic of conversation.
No, it is.
I would just like to see it get done. I'm definitely not fired up about him, not being out there for preseason game. I could give a shit less. Like, I know how good he is. I just hope this does not drag into the season. That is the last thing we need because no Jamar Chase could hurt our chances of winning week one. And I don't, the Chiefs dealt with that with Chris Jones. To me, Chris Jones has been in the league a hell of a lot longer, in order to be able to do that than what Jamar Chase has.
Exactly.
And I don't think it comes to that, but at the same point in time, it just seems like I mean, to be honest, did you guys think this would still be going? Because I didn't. I thought
No.
he'd be back at practice
yeah.
with a deal or without a deal.
yeah,
by
no,
now
no.
he'd
Yeah.
already
Well,
be back. To be honest,
let me say this. I think that the Bengals and Jamar probably also thought that, because otherwise they wouldn't have tried to pull that whole, well, we're just he doesn't need to practice, we're resting him, and then T's going to rest tomorrow. That whole bullshit they tried to do at the beginning of camp.
And so, hey, shout out to Dustin here for $5 super chat. We appreciate it, Dustin. He wants to ask, don't mind NFL front office being stern. Don't want this turned into NBA. I want players to get paid, but you got to put your foot down. CC 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I'll give my thoughts, and if you guys want to move on, we can. But I just think like Jamar and Joe are two totally different players. So I could see, and that's why I think you're seeing, Joe chose a different path than Jamar did, because Joe is just a psychopath and he wants to play and wants to practice. Jamar, on the other hand, he thinks that, and he has every right to think this, that he doesn't need to practice, doesn't need to do any of that, and he can just go out there and play. So I won't be worried until about that Thursday, because I think Joe signed his on Thursday, right? Before they got on the plane. So
man, who the fuck? No, I don't know that shit. He signed.
When we get to that Thursday or Friday, before they go home to rest before they play week 1, if that day comes and Jamar hasn't signed yet, then yes, I'll be worried.
Yeah, I think we got like 2 weeks, right?
Out or not, I really don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 2 weeks here. Hopefully they can get a deal done. Yeah, I wish he was practicing soon. I want him to have some reps. I want to get off to a fast start this season.
Exactly.
No, same here.
Yes.
That's my only thing. So I know you can't force a deal if there's nothing close, but it just seems like they're not too far off. He's still around. He's still out there, at practice every day. He's just not practicing.
It's probably the guaranteed money, man. The Bengals aren't used to that guaranteed money shit. And the fucking league has turned into guaranteed money thanks to them dumb fucks up north.
I think every time when we get to these contract negotiations, right? And then like with Burrow, we weren't really that worried about it because like they will give it to quarterbacks. They will give it to a franchise quarterback. Mm-hmm. They've shown that throughout their career. And they've paid wide receivers too. But a lot of times, man, I feel like AJ Green left a lot of guaranteed money on his contracts and things like that. He didn't really hassle over it and got his contract. Well, the Bengals are loyal too, man, to the players. So usually, like they do a contract. I mean, it's hard to just trust somebody. Like history showed we don't get rid of them. You can look back and see these receivers, and you're thinking, man, that's a millions of dollars decision. So I don't know what happens if they do wait till next year. Chase going to play. I mean, and from their standpoint, I feel like that's why they like Mike Brown, and in his head, it's like I have no sense of urgency. We got him on the tag after this year, the 5th year thing, and then we've got the franchise tag if we need it. Like they look at it that way, and the thing is, no other team looks at the franchise tag like this should even be a fucking option for a Jamar Chase.
Well, I mean, also going to the practice, he's not getting fined, but when he holds out of a game, he'll get fined, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that happens.
So Wade's saying here, Burrow said he'd take a discount to sign guys. No, Burrow did not lie. He signed a very, very, very friendly contract compared to what other quarterbacks have signed. They just wanted. This is the waiting game.
What's friendly about $55 million.
I was going to say he's the highest paid quarterback in the league.
I mean, he's the highest paid quarterback in the league.
The way how it's structured.
How is that structured? $55 million, $55 million.
The way how it's structured. He even said in the interview he made it so it's easy to.
I know he said that, but like he's getting paid $55 fucking million a year, and how much did he get guaranteed? I just don't understand. Where's the room? Unless he is going to give Jamar Chase a tip. Like, I know they're paying you $1 million, but I'm going to leave a tip, man. I'm going to leave you a $20 million tip.
Just a tip, right? No, I see what Greg's talking about. And for most quarterbacks, their average, I think, is about 25-ish% of the cap. and I think Burrows is like 19 to 20.
That's because the
something
damn
around
cap
there.
went up.
Yeah,
I
but
just want- I-
it's only going to keep going up.
I know what Burrows said about keeping his weapons around him, but I want to see the proof. Like, where's it in your contract that, like, I'm getting $55 million, but I still want to make sure that you guys pay T and Chase? I assume that's who he was talking about when he was talking about his weapons. Because if he was talking about Mixon, they already shipped one of those away.
And Boyd.
Yeah. So I don't.
We didn't ship Boyd away or anything. I mean, Boyd wanted to come back here.
He was talking about Drew Sample. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So the way that they did it in New England, like Tom Brady, when he wanted to keep people around him, would restructure. And there's no talk about, hey, Burrow, I know you just got that deal, but let's restructure so we can get this Chase deal done. There's none of that.
In general, they need to start restructuring deals like that because they could free up cap space every single year and go after, bigger free agents and things. Right. I mean, shit, they got a ton of cap space right now. In general, they didn't even need to do it, but I wish they'd be more aggressive in general. I'm just saying. No,
it's fine. But Michael here wants to know 100% get worked out. Didn't the Bengals say near the end of the season they will look into it after this season?
Yeah, who knows? Well, he's back at practice. That's about
right.
Somebody left a comment on X on one of these comments and said, is he supposed to get a new contract every year? And that's what I'm saying. Look, is he getting less than what he's worth? Yes. But he literally just signed this extension last year, and we're just going to be like, hey, here's another one.
Yeah, so my guy Jay Lack was like, it would be a slap in the face to extend Chase with T. Higgins still here. Once T is gone, Chase gets signed. I don't think that's the issue or anything. I mean,
no. I mean, T knows.
Yeah,
T already knows. Basically his interview. He's like, I know this is my last year here. I mean, basically he's saying, I'm just signing the contract because I want to get in here and play and practice, and I want to avoid the controversy. But yeah, he knows, and he knows Chase is getting paid.
I think he'd be happy. Like,
he'd be happy,
just like he's gonna want Chase to be happy when he gets a shitload of money to go play somewhere else.
Yeah, because he's gonna tell Chase, he's like, "Fuck yeah, let's go to Miami, and you're paying, bitch."
And then when he gets his big contract, Chase is gonna be like, "Now you're paid, bitch.
Now it's your turn." Again.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think that the T plays a factor. Man, this is just a business, though. It's this passionate game for us, and I'm not saying it's not a passionate game for these guys, but we don't have the business aspect of it. We're just like, get these players out on the field, make the best team we can, and let's go win a Super Bowl. But the deal is, it's a business, and the players know that.
I just don't want to see him make bad business moves either, because I mean, Jesse Bates, we're still trying to, we're hoping that we corrected safety a little bit.
This right here, the Browns for starting that whole thing.
That shit ass team up north fucked us over with
that fucked everything over.
They ruined the league on guaranteed money.
Yep.
And more fun news: Von Bell has knocked the shit out of Juju Smith all the way to the unemployment line.
Fuck Juju.
He got cut by the Patriots. By the way.
Cocksucker.
Justin, thank you.
Von Bell got the closest parking spot.
Yes, as Derek turned into a robot.
Yeah.
Von Bell got the closest parking spot as a show of to entering the facility as how much a valued leader and team player and all that bullshit.
Yep.
Trent Brown was probably pissed about that.
Yeah, Trent Brown was like, motherfucker, I want it.
That's right. Barefoot. See that video of him walking barefoot across the streets downtown to the practice field? People were like, man, don't walk down there barefoot. And they're right.
I mean, I think I'd just give it to Ted, because otherwise he might want to fight,
Yeah, and hey, he didn't like that. Ted didn't care.
Nope.
He's just going to park in that spot and be like, Vaughn, you don't like that, and I don't care. He's going to happen.
Why's your car in Von Bell's parking lot spot? He didn't like that, and I didn't care. Oh, shit. I love that
Ted,
fucking clip.
And Ted, man, he's great. He's always fired up. He's always bringing the energy, and he's passionate, right? And he cares. And he's like, "You're hitting my fucking teammates. You're not supposed to be hitting my teammates, and knocking them down." So,
well, they hit him.
Hey, Chop.
I didn't see the hit, but Logan Wilson, I guess, like put a cheap shot on him after he was down, hit him in the back of the head or something.
Hey, Chop. Will wants to know, did you not like my shirt idea?
What was the shirt idea?
Your answer is just as good as mine.
81.5 or something like that. I don't know. Greg's got a lot of shirt ideas. I don't know what it was.
That's what Will said, not me.
Yeah.
He said he sent it to you on Twitter.
I don't know. I have to go
Chuck's
back.
been asleep.
I was.
If it was like,
Oh, here it is.
Oh, Joe Burrow. There's that. That'd be the complete opposite of at LSU. He spelled his last name Burrow in Creole. Is that called Creole? That way you spell go and Joe?
you should know. You're the LSU fan.
Cajun.
Yeah, go Tigers. We're gonna fucking win the Natty this year.
But yeah, any other hot topics before our big game tomorrow? It's supposed to be a high of 78, by the way.
It's going to be perfect. I asked Alexa.
Yeah, so
we can get her on the show if you want. Hey, I will say this though: anybody expecting to get there tomorrow and see our normal tailgate, you will not see our normal tailgate.
Yeah, we're not going to have beer and food and all this at a preseason game. That'll start week 1. So
right.
Just
so bring your own goddamn beer this time.
Yeah,
because we'll be drinking ours. Not gonna lie though, if I have one, I might get 1 or 2 out, but you have to be one of the first 1 or 2 there. And a lot of us are getting there late. Derek's gonna get there normal time. Late.
It won't even be the wives that causes it this time.
No,
it'll be.
That's
Derek.
true. I know you guys.
Derek will be ready at like 9 a.m.
Yeah, or I know he'll be sitting there wearing his fucking Jake Browning fucking jersey. You wearing your Jake Browning jersey to the game, Derek?
I don't know. They're doing white jerseys, so I was going to wear a white one. But
wait a minute. We're supposed to wear white jerseys? Oh, that's right. They're doing white.
Yeah.
No, so Lack, I know we discussed this. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, I also have I think I have a Miles Murphy jersey and a Marius Mims jersey I just got. So I don't know. I don't know what I'll wear yet. Stay tuned.
I think
so rich, has so many jerseys.
I know. If they're doing white, I think I'll do Ocho Cinco.
There you go. You gonna wear the teeth and the skull cap?
No, I'm just gonna do the jersey. I ain't fucking with them teeth. I got them right here though. Look. Child, please. Looky, it's Ocho Cinco. Kiss the baby.
Yeah, Drew Sample will be out there dominating for it.
Yeah.
But no, there was discussion. I know we discussed this. Will Burton or Yoshi play the slot? We've been seeing Yoshi in the slot in practice. I think Burton's more fit. Well, they're both outside guys. I thought I'd see Burton more in the slot. But yeah, if I had to guess right now, just from what I've seen in practice, I think Yoshi will be playing in the slot. That's just my guess.
Craig's been dreaming about Yoshi's slot.
Yep, sure have.
Yeah, I'll bet. I know.
Yeah,
I
we were talking about it Monday, right? It's a similar thing. I think that maybe they're going to keep Burton on the outside more for now. I mean, I'm sure he'll get some reps, multiple spots. They try to train, I think, everybody in multiple spots. Wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. It didn't come in yet. It was supposed to come in today, and it didn't, and I was heartbroken.
Greg's going to have blue balls because that fucking Yoshi jersey didn't come in.
Yeah. But I'm a good ball washer. I can wash him back.
He's gonna look. Greg's gonna be walking funny in lot 1 when you see him tomorrow. It's because he's got the blue balls because his Yoshi jersey didn't come in, so he couldn't release his load.
Yeah.
Greg's been edging since Thursday.
Back to the sock, Greg. Back to the old sock.
Old sock. Kelly says have to run. Great show. See you guys the next show. Who day? Who day, Kelly?
Who day?
Steelers. LB Golden retired.
Marcus Golden.
Who's LB Golden?
I think Marcus Golden, linebacker.
Okay.
There you go.
Here, Dustin, right here.
That.
Newton pick 6 tomorrow, and Anthony going to knock somebody off the flat.
And Dijon Anthony, that's a good one to watch tomorrow too, man. There's a really good battle at that cornerback to see who's going to be able to stick to the team.
It sure will be.
I mean, we might
All
as
right.
well fire off bold predictions. What, Derek?
That's what I was about to say. We'll fire off bold predictions and then give our score predictions before I got to get the kids.
Go ahead, Derek.
My bold prediction is Chris Evans screen pass to the house.
Or kickoff
right.
return to the house, too. Who
Greg?
knows?
Bold prediction. Tanner McLaughlin, 2 TDs.
2 TDs.
Damn.
Well, I'll take damn, I don't know, man. My bold prediction for tomorrow. Fucking Chris Jenkins gets 2 sacks. There you go. I like that one.
There
I'll
we
go with Kendrick
like that.
Pryor leads the team in receptions.
I could see that.
Oh,
Has
okay.
about 4 or 5. You know,
Oh,
nothing,
yeah.
but
I was going to go for the 1 sack, man, but if we're going bold, I'm going 2 from Chris Jenkins. Dude, how fired up would Cincinnati be? Out of all of our bold predictions, which ones do you think would fire up the fan base the most?
probably Jenkins, right? 'Cause
Boom.
he's going to play more.
Our second rounder coming in there and getting 2 sacks on, I don't give a fuck who it is. You know what I mean? People are going to talk about that. That would be great.
What would fire up Greg's pants more? Andre Osavash getting
Yeah, well, no, because people expect
100 yards and a tutty tomorrow.
No, that would fire me up though. People expect Yoshi, but I just picked a random name and it popped in my head.
Oh yeah, you had to go something different, Greg.
Yeah, random.
Oh, yeah. But we know what's really going to get me excited. But no, I had to pull a rabbit out of the hat.
And I'll say score prediction. I'll say 21-17 Bengals.
Isn't that my score?
Okay.
That's my score I play every time, every game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it first, so you
All right.
put something on your own, buddy.
You're right.
What you got, Derek?
I'm going to say, judging by last night's games and how great I think our depth is on the defense, I'm going to say a score prediction is 24-3 Bengals.
Run the ass off the field. What you got, Greg?
29-27 Bengals. Gonna pick a random number.
Damn, we're going to have to be digging, figuring out what the hell's going on with our defense.
Defense probably doesn't play well in the preseason, but
I've done a lot of calculations thinking about this. You might have saw a blank stare, but that was math going through my head. I've really narrowed it down. I went quarter to quarter, play to play, player to player, backup to backup, and I'm thinking 31-17 Cincinnati.
There you go.
It's going to be like 6-3.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
like
so.
3-0,
Baseball score.
3-0.
6-3.
It'd be soccer. It'd be 1-0.
They let Ryan Rico come in and kick the game-winning field goal. They don't even let Money Mac do it.
2-0. There's a safety. That's it.
By Chris Jenkins, right?
Yeah,
But he
by
only
Chris
gets
Jenkins
one
on his
sack.
2 sacks.
All right, guys. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're going to end this one. Yeah, you want to say Greg dance?
Oh, yeah, it's Friday.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Friday.
Bengals and Brews, the podcast crew. Get up an orange arrow, pork chop too. Greg Luther, Big Savage, Dog Bud King, Yoshi Lover, they bring the zing. Cincinnati Bengals, the pride of the city. Join the fun with pork chop, boys, man.